Roland's back, so that's gonna help him.
I mean, he's been out of it for a little while. He's aged. He drinks tea.
And not here to bicker, mate. I'm just saying. You said top three. You give me your top three.
I gave you a good example of you doing the same. So don't be a brick.
I suppose I have to say, love the pod. Great to see you take off that fucking GM 888 hat. Not that you ever will. Fucking have a great day, snowflakes.
Fucking snowflake. Go to bed.
Oh no! He's in the fence! They're both in the fence! They're all in the fence! Oh, unbelievable!
You do it.
Sound check.
Sound check.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Here we are, guys. We're back at the bar. Second one for the week, and we are previewing Gold Coast.
We are. This is one of my favourite tracks. Love this place. And they're expecting a little chance of rain Sunday afternoon. So I think this is going to be one cracker of a weekend. And the cool thing is, after Bathurst being as exciting as it was, we are probably going to the track that could offer the most excitement for the season as well. So it's not going to be an underwhelming one. I think this place is going to be a cracker. I get a little bit of FOMO right now. Today I was thinking about when we were doing our prep for the pod, I was definitely missing the full-time driving heading into this weekend because this is one of the ones that I just loved. Adelaide's the other place where I get a bit of FOMO. But yeah, Gold Coast is a cracker.
Any of the street tracks, I reckon Townsville, Goldie, Adelaide, Newcastle when it was on the calendar.
Yep.
I was the same, sitting in the office today working, and then I saw all the videos on socials of everyone getting on their plane to go and race. I'm like, fuck.
I know. You start to see like even track walk and stuff, and you start to watch the socials pop up and
Track walk day, which will be tomorrow, whenever this comes out, but Thursday's normally track walk day. It is a fun day because it's like that anticipation. You don't know what you got yet.
Yeah.
There's that big anticipation. You're always going to a round going, this is going to be the round where we're going to do well. And it's like, it's a really good vibe.
100%.
Then by about lap 2, practice 1, you know if you're having a good weekend or not. You're like, things awesome or it's a shit box.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, lap 1, you're still like, okay, maybe tyres aren't up. Lap 2, no, I think I've got a bit of a shit box.
Lap 2, you cross the line, they go on the radio P12, mate, you're like, fuck.
P12 will be all right. Main game on your second lap, you're actually like, oh, okay, we can make that work. Often it's like P20.
Yeah, a bit different in main game.
The worst is when it feels good and they say P20.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that was a solid lap.
And then you come in and they go, what do you need? And you go, fuck, probably a bit of everything then, I guess. No, more grip.
Yeah, fast on the way, in the middle, and the exit.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we are live streaming this again tonight as well for our lovely Patreon members. We have just given away 2 hot laps as well in a supercar, in the Red Bull supercar at Sandown with myself. So thanks to everyone that has subscribed to our Patreon and joined our little family.
It's not just any supercar, Scott. It's number 1.
It is, yep.
Number 1, 888 Red Bull Ampol Racing Supercar. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah, you just might not get the guy who is.
Yeah, you might get unlucky and get Scotty, but either way, it's still you're in the best car, so that's good.
Exactly. So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. So if we do mention a couple names here, we say this every time, but if you're new to the show and we mention a couple names that pop up, it is our Patreon members throwing in some tips, advice, correcting us when we're wrong, or just answering questions we don't know the answers to.
Most of the time, that's what happened. They correct us.
It is. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Lancaster Motor Group. Yep. Right now, they've got a giveaway that's running till the 23rd of December 2025. They're giving away a KTM 450 dirt bike. So it's Lancaster Motor Group. If you want to be a part of it and have your chance to win that, all you got to do is purchase $1,000 worth of accessories on a new or used vehicle on their 4x4 store or in their workshop to go in the draw to win. Link will be in the description of this podcast.
Good Christmas present. That's from now until the 23rd of December. So
plenty of time to get in.
Plenty of time. That'd be good.
Don't wait, though, because it's closing. And you chucked in a few pods ago. You made me panic. You said we're going to add to it. I thought you were going to say we're giving away a dirt bike or something. But if you do win this one from Lancaster and you're in Victoria and you want to fly down, you can come for a pub ride with us here in Victoria.
100%. That'd be great fun.
Yeah. I'm not as good as Elliot either, so I'll make you feel real good about it.
You want to see some apex hunting, you watch me and Scotty on the trails, mate.
Last time we did. Do you remember when I come off backwards down that hill and land on the...
Is that more hits than Elvis, mate?
I had to get 4 of us to straighten up my handlebars last ride too. Remember that? Do you remember that? I hit that tree root and the thing was bent. Anyway, so good luck. If you enter the draw and you win.
It's a really safe hobby. You'll love it. We're tucking in, mate. Driver announcements.
It's been big lately. Actually, a lot happening.
Silly season.
Just before we went live on the show, and I'm glad we went to the pub first because we actually saw the news while we were there. The Jackson Wolves confirmed in the SCT car at 888. So congratulations, Jackson. He's currently Super 2 with 888.
Yep. So he's for those that don't know Jackson, he's run Carrera Cup for a long time, front runner in Carrera Cup, made the move over to Super 2 this year with 888, and then now he's getting his graduation to main game. So, yeah, congrats. That's pretty mega for your first ride to be in main game with Triple Eight.
It's crazy, yeah. What an opportunity.
It's pretty, I mean, Brock's probably the only other bloke that's done that.
Yeah,
in their first season.
Yeah, it's what dreams are made of, that type of stuff. So hopefully, now that he knows early as well, you got to just start your program. You need to be in at T8 all the time, sim time,
Live there.
Work on your fitness, because I can't underestimate the step up from 40-minute races to going to Adelaide at the end of the year and having to do a 2-hour race back-to-back days. Like Gold Coast this weekend, 250 Ks, I think they are, 85 laps. To back up day to day is a real challenge. So
And perfect laps every lap.
100%, yeah.
You know, the consistency in main game is crazy.
Yeah,
How much they're on it. So.
And there's quite a few guys. I feel like someone popped in our chat here as well. Where was it? About how early this is. Tom Ransom said the silly season started way too early and no one was ready for it. I actually agree, because when has this happened before where we've had so many seat changes and new people coming in that have the luxury of knowing by October ahead of the season? Normally these things happen. They're like, I feel like a lot of the time they're last minute deals when you're new to the championship.
The nice thing with the SCT announcement was it was a genuine surprise, because a lot of them have been like the world's worst kept secrets for months now.
Yeah.
Like this is the first one that I've heard and gone, oh, that's new. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone thought that wreck was going to run at BJR up until a week ago or whatever, or Bathurst, and then all of a sudden now it's like, yep, they're going over there. It's going to be a Ford, and now it's got a young kid in it. Like, so that's the first one that surprised me, which is good, because you know there's other ones that have got announced last week or this week.
Well, I did laugh even when we were in America. Shane, there was one that he told us, and I said, oh, I was in the back seat. I said, what was that? And he said, nothing. Don't tell Scott. Because
He told me, and then like
I've definitely
when Shane walked away, he's like, hey, who was it? He's pestering me.
yeah, because Shane wouldn't tell me. And obviously it was the Premi Air one. But it was funny because you're like, I can't tell you. And I'm like, fuck's sake, like just trust me.
I wasn't going to let the cat
And you're
out
like,
of the
nah,
bag.
you got hot fingers. You're definitely going to post about this. So, mate, I'm just about giving people what they want. I'm not going to make people wait.
Yeah, so the Declan and the Ojeda one wasn't a surprise. We'd sort of heard about that or knew that was
Yeah.
again, most were terrible at keeping secrets. There's a lot of people sort of floating that rumour around for a while.
And there are actually some. It's fun to not spoil the surprise. I mean, they're the worst kept secrets. But if you're wondering why there are some we don't post, there's nothing more exciting than your first season in main game. And I think coordinating an announcement as a build-up is something to look forward to for that. So there are ones that I genuinely don't want to spoil, but it is hard because it's fun to share news with everyone.
I like today too, while we're on the silly season, breaking news gets up. It's LeBrock's leaving Everest. It's like, no shit.
Yeah, I know.
That's like been 12 months in the making.
Yeah, that was a bad one. I heard a rumor that Barry, and I don't know if this is true, but Barry had sent a email with almost all the staff copied on it to Job and said, I guarantee you'll be our driver. I promise it to you in 26. LeBrock was made aware of this, so I'm told.
Yeah.
And so he was like, fuck, he was in his first year and went, well, okay, and started looking then. So, yeah, that's
that's
shocked
old
me.
news. It definitely wasn't breaking news.
Yeah.
Golding did the deal to BRT. That was a little while ago now.
I think that's an exciting one. I think that's going to be good.
Yeah, I think that's good I think that's good.
And there's been talk for a long time. So they're Ford next year.
Yeah.
And like, I really hope that they go down the path of a T8 customer program there, because with Walkinshaw going to Toyota, they're going to be left trying to decide their fate. And if they're serious about going racing, that's going to be their best bet to try and improve their performance. And then signing Jimmy, I think is a great get. Yeah. So I think you need a bolster your package.
Also, he didn't win Bathurst, but he crossed the line first. Like
Yep. So I think that's a good one. I think you need to bolster your engineering package and then have a real crack at it. So I think that's what I'd be doing if I was them. But getting Golding was good. It did surprise me. I don't know, you probably saw that one coming. The Golding one actually...
It didn't surprise me. I'd kind of had a half an idea of what the wish list would be, but you never know who they're going to get and what's going to happen. And you never knew... I don't think anyone knew what was going to happen at Premi Air with the choice that they went down.
Yeah.
With a whole new squad. So Richie, part of the silly season is unfortunate for Richie. He's on the outer because they've gone for 2 new drivers.
Yep.
So Richie's out in the wings again.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening there because what seats are left available?
So there's one at MSR that's not locked in, so next to Jack LeBrock. There's the other BRT seat, but you would assume it's Aaron Cameron's. You know, I don't know if it is, but you would assume that.
Yep. Tickford don't have any, do they? Because they've just got the 2.
And then there's the Erebus, which is Job Stewart,
Yeah.
like guaranteed. You'd imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that's it, isn't it?
I think so. Did you say you thought forward to MSR? Was the rumour there?
Oh, I read that somewhere, but I hadn't heard that.
Yeah,
Normal-
I think it was you that told me that. So I've heard it, but I'm pretty sure it might have been from you.
Yeah, it would have been. Because normally you hear them before you read them,
Yeah.
the rumours that are true.
But there's been a lot a lot of movement. No, obviously the big ones are probably locked in. The one that threw me last minute was Chaz to the SCT car. I had a lot of people ask me about that, and I thought,
I thought there was no way.
no way. And I have heard that those drivers aren't stoked about, I'm not sure about Chaz, but I heard they weren't stoked about the Toyota thing happening. One of them signed prior to knowing that. And then that whole program, I'm sure, has strained resources. So it's but they could end up, if you've signed before you knew that, it could go one of two ways. It could be really bad, or you could roll into next year. Like Woody could be a championship contender in a car that's lights out faster than the rest. You just don't know. Like you just hope and pray the Toyota's a good program, and which I'm sure it will be. Yeah, but there has been a lot of movement. I'm surprised that it happened as early as it did in the season.
Kind of doesn't surprise me in one way, because if you're a team, I'd want to know, like, there's not a lot of a break. So if you're doing deals, say, like November, December, you don't really, like, I'd want to be, if I was a team, I'd want to be, this is what we've got around about this time. So as you said, your pre-season's amazing. You can get them in, integrate them with the business. So just to make that transition a lot smoother.
I think the one thing that speeds it up, though, as well, is a lot of the drivers that are in the market at the moment have commercial backing.
Yeah.
So it's almost up to them when they want to sign. Teams are like, please sign. And then,
Yeah, there's definitely a bit of that. Yeah.
so it's often the guys that are paid, if they're going to a team that doesn't have a massive budget or something like that, and the team really wants you, they're having to wait and see what else comes about. They want you, but they can't afford you at the time.
Yeah.
So then they wait, and that's when I think as well you do tend to get some of those last minute. But you don't get that if you're a top driver, because the top guys are in the best seats, and that we saw with T8 how quickly they signed up, extended the contracts for Brock and Will.
Yep.
And you kind of know mid-season if your team wants you or not. But I think if you've got the money, you can go anywhere and say, hey, I want that drive. Like I think MSR, if you have a budget, like I could rock up there tomorrow and drive next year,
The only worry I have a little bit for Aaron Cameron's seat is there is guys out there that have good money behind them. So hopefully he doesn't lose out to his from that. But again, it'll be the team's decision and they'll do what's right for them. But it's definitely competitive at the moment. For the few seats that are there, there's double guys with commercial money that could fill those gaps. So it's a competitive market.
I hope you're enjoying this episode, but I do have to interrupt just quickly to thank our fantastic supporters that allow us to create the content for you. East Coast Car Rentals. If you're in the market for a rental car, think of those guys. And if you'd like a cheeky 15% discount, AHU15 is the discount code there for 15% off. If you're in the market to buy a car, not rent one, Lancaster Motor Group, we've got you covered for new or used cars. So think Lancaster Motor Group. Quadlock, fantastic supporter of our podcast as well. We use their products every single day on the pod using their desk mounts here. Also, we've used them to create the additional content like we did the Adelaide Motorsport Festival using their action camera mounts. So whether it's mounts, phone cases, they've got you covered. Quadlockcase.net. Now, the website for all of these brands that support us will be in the description of this podcast. Back to the show. Quickly, just on the spot, where do you think Golding finishes up at the end of next season at BRT? Where do you put him in the championship? So he's 13th at the moment, I believe, in the championship. So leaving Premi Air, going to BRT. What do you think, better or worse?
I have high hopes. So I'm going to say better.
Okay.
He'll be in the 10.
That was confident.
Yeah, he'll be in the 10 at the end of next season. Yeah, I have
No position in particular, just
No, I mean, I could have a stab at you. I'll call it 7th.
Yep. I reckon, I think he's between 7 and 10. I'd agree with that. Like, I think it's going to be a challenge to get higher, but who knows? Who's the other one that have moved?
Well, Jack LeBrock's at MSR.
Yeah. How do you see that?
MSR have been strong this year. But in saying that, Erebus have had fast cars too.
Yeah.
So
Cameron Hill is 11th at the moment in the MSR car, and he's departing to BJR. So do you see LeBrock being higher or lower than Cameron Hill?
I could see Jack being in the 10.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm going to put him around 12th, 13th. I don't actually see it. I think he's going to be a little bit worse off.
Okay.
A couple of fun ones there. Who else did we Declan Ojeda to Premi Air. That's an interesting one.
That is going to be real interesting.
Where do you put them? One, Premi Air. I'll do a quick search and find out where they are in the teams at the moment because that'll be...
So Premier have a couple of things going for them. Roland's back.
Yep.
So that's gonna help them.
Yep.
I've no doubt that'll help them.
I mean, he's been out of it for a little while. He's aged. He drinks tea. Has RD lost that edge? I don't know.
No.
I'd even be coming after me.
Sharp as a tack. So that's definitely a positive for that organisation. I think that'll help their performance holistically. Out of the two, if I had to bet who was going to be ahead in that battle between those two, I would say Ojeda is my gut feel.
Yep.
But where they're going to finish, I don't know, because as you say, Premier have been so hit and miss, like they're on podium and then they're nowhere for a few rounds. And then it's hard to tell. But I think Roland will sharpen that up and fix all that, whatever the inconsistencies are there. I've got no doubt around that. So it'll be really down to the drivers. How good of a job do they do?
Well, at the moment, the drivers are 13th and 22nd. So 22nd is Ritchie and 13th is Golding. I think between 15 and 20 for their guys, unfortunately.
Jaden's a rookie too, where Declan's had a year.
Yeah.
He was at Tickford.
And it's competitive. It's not saying this is bad. Like if you finished 15th in your rookie season or top 15, that's actually, I think you've done a really solid job because it's fucking hard. It's super competitive at the moment. But they're 10th in the teams championship. So the only ones behind them at the moment is Cool Drive. So they're 11th. And then the Pizza Hut and SCT Rex are behind them in 12th. So I can see Premier being ahead of Erebus next year. They're 9th, so I'd put them there.
Actually, yeah, let's guess where they're going to end up in teams. Where do you see them in the teams championship?
7th.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm just off the top of my head thinking now.
I think they're going to jump BJR and MSR. They're the two teams I think they'll jump. I don't think they'll be ahead of DJR or Team 18.
See, if it was Premier with their current lineup, I would say they'll be the number one Chev team next year. But you've got a rookie and Declan's done a season. I would say they'll be behind Team 18 maybe. They'll be the second Chev
That's
team.
not a position though.
Yeah, so okay.
Hurry up, pick a spot, mate.
7th? 6th.
Didn't I say 7th?
I'll go 6th then.
Yeah. There we go. I think I'm actually putting my money on Team 18 be top Chev team. I think they're doing a pretty good job.
That's what I said.
Oh, you did in the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I agree. I think they're actually doing a pretty good job right now. And heading into Gold Coast, I'm interested to see how Dave Reynolds does because he is always quite fast there.
Weapon. Anton's not bad there either, is he?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he's a good steer. He usually pops up. But, yeah, I reckon Team 18 lately have been doing a pretty solid job. So, yeah.
They've surprised me. Their speed's been across both cars.
And I was the one in TV at QR that speculated whether or not this was a Jeremy Moore impact, their turn in pace. But I've since heard that Jeremy really has no interest in supercars at all. And I think that he hasn't had any input. So that's credit to Team 18. I think their team is genuinely doing a good job, putting the thing together and going racing. And actually, I didn't mention it in the Bathurst debrief, but I did want to give a shout out to those guys for rebuilding Anton's car after the big shunt. They worked nearly all night and then made the shootout the next day. So we've said a few times, doesn't matter which team you're in pit lane, every mechanic, they are insanely good at what they do. And to build a car, work all night, no sleep, go make the shootout, and then on Sunday to be able to do 7, 8, 9 stops with no real mistakes is a workplace safety hazard, but an amazing effort. But yeah, so credit to them, credit to all the teams at Bathurst, but I forgot to actually shout that out. And I did go down, I saw a few of their guys on the grid and just said, that was pretty impressive.
It's good to see it all clicking because they got, as you said, some great people that are there.
Well, yeah, I probably, I was wrong, I guess. I thought Jeremy Moore might have been the one, but he's been gone for a while now, and they were quick at Bathurst. They've been quick lately. They've been the next Chev team really behind Triple Eight, so I'd say they're going to be the top. The sad thing is if the Fords are quick next year, I think there's every likelihood you won't see a GM win a race next year. That's the scary part.
But they've got no horsepower, mate.
No, it's all horsepower. I did love, someone was like trolling me flat out, and that's why I posted and was like, mate, I passed 6 cars and only one of them was a Ford. The rest were 5 Chevs. But anyway, he didn't. Someone commented back, so it doesn't matter how much sense you talk or facts, you're not going to change opinions.
Ford fans are always going to think you're a wanker and Chev fans will back you.
Exactly.
So that's why we like the fans. They're passionate. Playoff points, mate.
Yeah.
That's obviously going to be a big talking point from now.
Yep.
You've got the top 10 there. Just rattle them off for the hunters, mate.
Yeah, so just so everyone has an understanding, because I didn't totally understand how the points reset. So the top 10 were automatically given 3,000 points.
It's a lot.
Just so that they were out of touch of 11th. I thought surely there is a way of resetting the points or doing something that doesn't have to put them on 3,000 points. Because I've seen TikTok videos and stuff going around now of people taking the piss out of our point system, going, I've just seen Supercars, you're on 3,000 points. Like, it is a little bit ridiculous. It makes sense still. It does. The numbers are true. But, so the top 10 in the standings were given 3,000 points to put them out of reach of those 11th downwards. Whose tallies also it is worth noting that if you are 11th down, you're still collecting points. So if you're 12th, you can still finish 11th. If you're 11th, you can still finish 12th. Bonus points have then been applied to the top 10 based on their order in which they finished the regular season. So starting with 150 points to Feeney, 120 to Payne, and 96 to Brown, it goes on from there in the point system.
Goes down to 21.
Exactly. So it's 96, 78, 66, 57, 48, 39, 30, and 21 for P10. So that's how. So if you're looking at the points, you see 3,150 for Brock, plus he got the 25 bonus points, which makes sense, I think. Yeah, 3,175. So that is why you end up at that number for the leader. One thing that was interesting, the points gap at the end of the regular season after Bathurst was actually only 56 points anyway. And it's now been reset. And after all of the points adjusted, it's 30 points. So it's not that much different.
No.
So there was talk like, without this championship format, be out of reach for everyone because Brock was having such an amazing year. But after the Bend and Bathurst, and that's why like those events are worth a lot of points for one race. You can have 2 bad races and your championship be done. But he's actually not guaranteed anyway. So I don't think anyone's going to feel ripped off at the end of the year if Brock doesn't win the championship. I think it's almost level pegging going into the remainder of the year and everyone has a fair shot at winning this. So Matty Payne, he's 30 points behind and Brock hasn't been ripped off.
Doesn't take much at a place like Goldie. I'm assuming it's 300 points across the weekend, 150 each race for a win, I'd imagine.
For this weekend?
Yeah, for the normal stuff.
Yep.
So, it doesn't take a lot around a place like that to pluck a wheel out of it, DNF a race, and then all of a sudden all these guys that are quite close to you are either ahead of you or right on you. So
Well, P10 is 3,021 points and P1 is 3,175.
Correct. So
if Brock had a bad race, he's actually
potentially could.
So
So as an example, if Kai Allen won and Brock, let's just say, had a DNF, there's a swap there almost.
Yeah, it's almost you'd be, Kai Allen would nearly be ahead of Brock.
He would be on 3,171. He would be 4 points behind Brock.
Yeah. So the order just quickly is Brock's P1, Matty Payne, then Will Brown, Cam Waters is 4th, 5th is Brodie Kostecki, 6th Chaz Mostert, 7th is Anton, 8th is Randall, 9th is Ryan Wood, 10th is Kai Allen. So they're your championship contenders going in the back half. And after this weekend, they go to Sandown. If you win, you could be 8th in the points on Sunday at Sandown, but you win the race on Sunday, you're automatically into the top 4.
Yeah.
So
don't know how I feel about that, but yeah.
That's the one for me I'm not sure about. And that happens, I think there's 2 races at Sandown. Is that correct? 2 250K races maybe? Still calling it
Sandown because they're still calling it the 500, so yep. So
it's 7th, isn't it? Someone said, Aldo said you can't be 8th. I think it's 7th. That's right. Is that right, Aldo? Help us out there. Yeah, I think 7th in points you could be.
Yeah. Yeah, so it is literally,
top 7.
This weekend is going to be, super important. I'm really interested to see if it does affect the racing. If we do see a little bit of that, I guess, desperation or, willing to pass or.
I really hope so.
That's why they've gone down this path, right? We're trying to dramatise it, trying to pump it up, give it something, a bit of edge. So, and what a place to do it. It's landed really well that the first round of it is at Goldie.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's perfect planning.
Tom Knight has put in our chat, Team Tactics. The one I'd be watching is David Reynolds. He's not in the top 10, but he has every chance in the world, I think, this weekend of being a top 5, top 8 car.
Same with Goldie.
And
he was quick there last year.
He doesn't have a teammate in, does he?
Oh, no, but I'm saying
No, sorry, but you've got Anton in.
Gotcha.
So Team Tactics would be Reynolds could help,
Yeah.
you know, he could actually give up a position to Anton.
Yeah.
Or if he's in front of Anton, it's very easy. If you're the car in front and you pass someone, it's easy to just hold them wide until your teammate follows you through. We've seen it with Shane doing it at Townsville so many times.
Yeah. Hold them up, take points off them. There's lots he can do.
Slow them down.
Shunt them. There's plenty of options.
Yeah, exactly. You can slow them down if it's their pit window, and you can hold them up so that your teammate might be going long and it opens up a pit window for them. So there's a lot that Dave could do, and they will be running through every possibility out there.
Yeah, the strategies, yeah.
Well, Dave could pit early, get track position, and then if anyone comes out behind him, just freight trains them. And this is a unique one, actually. Gold Coast is an overcut, not an undercut typically.
I was going to say,
But if he can get track position and hold a few people up, you can actually wreak havoc out there. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm excited that they're going to Gold Coast for this and how close it is in the points, because I think you've just got to go balls to the wall, aggressive racing, and try and win.
It's going to be a spicy meatball, mate. That's what it's going to be. So that's cool. So schedule.
Yeah.
So
You can take that one away. I'm out of breath. I need a drink.
thank you, mate. Friday, practice 1, 1:40 p.m, 30 minutes practice session. Then there's practice 2, 4:25. So it's got the 2 sessions. They're both 30 minutes. So 60 minutes of running on Friday for the big boys.
Do you do that maths on the spot then?
That was quick maths.
yeah.
Not bad.
That's impressive,
Hey,
Bubs.
been holes up early. It's not bad this time of day. Saturday, 12 p.m, 30-minute qualifying session.
2-part qualifying this is.
2-part qualifying. So the top 18, is that right, Scotty?
Yeah, top 18 go through, then 8 get bumped, and there's top 10 shootout later in the day.
That's right. And then we've got the top 10 shootout at 1:35 for race 28. And then the race, which is an 85 lapper, starts at 4:15 p.m. That's race 28. That seems late.
Yeah, it
I
does.
guess
That's
daylight
why.
savings.
Yeah, true.
Actually, Gold Coast don't. Queensland
No,
doesn't.
we have it. Yeah, but
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah. Side note as well, I'm not going. So Saturday and Sunday, I will live stream the races from here at the bar. So if you want to join, jump on our YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe on this video as well, so you get notified when I do go live. What's Sunday look like, Bubs?
Thank you for that, Scott. Sunday looks great. 11 a.m, 30-minute boost qualifying session. Same rinse and repeat from the day before is the way it's going to work. And then top 10 shootout, 12:35 for race 29. Then race 29 starts at 3:10 p.m, another 85 lapper again. So rinse and repeat. What you see Saturday is what you get from a format on Sunday.
We'll skip to the format a little bit, just so we'll come back to the results of 2024, because I've put these in the wrong order.
You have.
That's okay. We can work this out on the fly. So Saturday is all super softs. That's the 2024 tyre.
Right.
And then Sunday is the 2025 soft tyre. For me, the soft tyre is the one, for anyone wondering, that's a little bit edgier in the rear. It's
The 2025 tyre.
2025 tyre. Has a lot more entry and stability. I found in testing, like, you use the clutch a lot to try and stop the rear from chirping on downshifts, and then also just calming it down. So there will be a mix-up across that, I think. For me, I would look at Will Brown being more competitive on Saturday, actually. Bless you, mate.
Thank you, mate.
I'd reckon Will, my pick would be he'll be more competitive on Saturday, because typically the Sunday on the soft tyre has been an Achilles heel for him. Hopefully not for me.
That's where
personally,
the
I'm going for him.
silkworm comes up, you reckon?
I think that's where Brock's had a bigger advantage, I think, on the 25 tyre.
Just them smooth hands of the silkworm.
Exactly. And then the tyre allocation for the weekend's actually an interesting one. So you get 5 sets of softs, which is the 24 tyre used on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And then you only get 3 sets of super softs, which is the tyre you need for Sunday. But the problem you have is qualifying each day, you need 3 sets of tyres. So using the Saturday tyre allocation, you've got plenty to have two spare sets for practice.
Yep.
Plus 3 sets for qualifying that you'll take into the race with you. And then Sunday, it's a different tyre allocation anyway. But the interesting thing is, because you've only got 3 sets of the Sunday tyre, you don't have any to practice on. So you do, as a team, have the option to take a pre-marked set.
So you'd be taking a pre-marked super soft.
You would think so, yeah. I think a lot of people would be taking a used super soft and just getting an idea for the balance, because that's going to be your only indication before Sunday what the car's like, because you got ample amount of tyres you need for the Saturday's race, but Sunday you've only got qualifying tyres. So there's no way anyone's going to bring those forward and practice. So I think most teams will do the same thing there.
And do you know, can you remember, mate, what tyre were they on? Was it the super soft last year they were on there?
Well, it would have only been the 20. Oh, sorry, not a hard. And
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't remember actually.
I'm just thinking, like, from them guessing their setup point of view and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Sorry. Put you on the spot.
So anyway, that answers the qualifying stuff. We can go into the races in a minute, but I thought just quickly, should we do the
Keep going with strategy. I
going
reckon.
with strategy?
Yeah. So the race is 85 laps. There is 2 compulsory pit stops.
Yep.
We're being told from our sources that you need about 20 to 24 seconds of fuel.
Well, most people do their first stop of the weekend, that first stop in each race. Normally they just fuel to tyres.
Gotcha.
And then in the back end of the race, when there's more field spread, I imagine that's why they push that to the end. That's when they'll take their longest stop. So it's like they're going to be taking 4 to 5 seconds at the first one and then filling up whatever they need to get home.
Yep.
And then the typical strategy, because there's not a lot of tyre deg, is first stop roughly between 27 and 30. I think Brody maybe went to 30 last year, but that was kind of the latest that I saw.
So great question here, which I'm assuming with the amount of fuel they need, it's not churns then, mate.
No. So we're still on, because of their enduro length races, like the 250Ks, not sprint rounds.
So we're using back to the fuel towers like Bathurst, like the Bend.
Yep. One thing I don't know, though, is if they've put the restrictors in for this round. I'm not sure.
You'd imagine they would just leave them, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the restrictors were just for Bathurst or not.
Okay.
Bathurst and the Bend, sorry. So I'm not too sure. And then roughly around 56 was the earliest I saw people going home.
So 56 is the earliest you can come, juice her up and get home, you reckon?
Yep. That's pretty early to go home. We also got, there's no tie deg really. So if you hear, I'm sure the commentators will be like,
Tie whisperers.
well, they always think the undercut is a guarantee. Every time they'll be like, trying to work out, how did he pit later and come out in front of him? Well, this track, everyone we spoke to says there's more an overcut than an undercut.
Well, they usually call it an undercut too, but they fail to see that old mate had the right front wheel nut jammed for 5 seconds or something.
Yeah, true, exactly. But that is, so, and they're both 85 lappers, so they're pretty long races. And what I love about our sport is actually how hard it is physically. To be able to back up on Sunday, it'd be like playing the AFL Grand Final and then having to do it the next day. I think it's very cool. I love that we do that with our sport. That's one of my favourite things about it.
Very true. Weather, mate. Looks like there could be, we'll get into the predictions in 2024 and how everyone went, but weather, just add water, could be a dash of rain.
I'm hoping. I looked at our weather. The feedback we got was that Sunday afternoon it could rain. But then I looked at the weather and it sort of looks pretty clear from my end, but I'm a terrible weather man, but I don't know. I'm praying. I'm hoping we get a bit of rain because I'm not racing this weekend. So on the couch, it's great.
Mate, on the couch. Even me, I'm going to be there. So if any of the hunters are listening and you're there and you see me, come say good day. But even me walking around, I'll be happy to walk around in the rain there just to watch that race.
Yeah, go find the beach again. Get some videos for us. That would be quite cool in the wet. I've raced her in the wet, but...
Someone has, sorry mate, to interrupt, one of our hunters did ask, which we did touch on, from 11th down, are they still fighting in the championship for their positions? Yes, they are. They can still move within themselves. That's why they've given 10 to 1, extra 3,000, so they can't ever get ahead of them.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd clear that off.
So, they can still fight from 11 to 25 or however many cars are in the field.
Yep.
Hunters, I just want to take a moment to thank one of our fantastic supporters, Shaw & Partners Financial Services. Shaw & Partners are a leading national investment advice and wealth management firm. They act for and on behalf of individuals, institutions, corporates, charities, and family offices. So, if you're looking for advice or assistance with investments or strategies, look no further than Shaw & Partners Financial Services. With a 35-year history and 8 offices strategically placed all over Australia, their financial advisors are within reach and ready to provide tailored solutions and advice. For more information, follow the link in the description of this podcast. Back to the show.
You want to go around the GC specific stuff, track specific before we go back to 2024, or you want to go, what are you thinking?
I reckon a form guide, just a little bit.
Let's do it.
Because then we can
scroll up. Mate.
Then we can talk rubbish and speculation, what we think is worth keeping an eye on. But Saturday last year, it was a bit of a Cam Waters show, to be honest. Poled it in the shootout and then went on to win the race. And it was Randall was P2. So Tickford, I would say, are going to be they're going to need a bounce back, I think, because it's been a bit of a tough trot for them lately. But I think that, go off last year's form, they were very quick.
It's a good track for them to be going to now that it's almost reset.
Yeah.
Top 10, because it is a happy hunting ground. And Cam last year was definitely dominant on Saturday. And even when he crossed the line, he said to Sam Potter, his engine, he said, that's the best race car you've ever given me. And he just was in the zone. And as you say, they obviously found the secret sauce on Saturday because Randall was second as well.
Yeah. Yep.
In the race. And it did look initially last year on Saturday, especially in the sort of top 10 shootout or the top 10 at quali, a bit of a Ford Cup.
I remember thinking that last year. Like when I looked at that today, I do remember us thinking, fuck, this is going to be a Ford Cup for sure this weekend.
Yeah.
But it did change a bit on Sunday. But Saturday, definitely there was 6 Fords in the top 10.
So the race was a bit different, but qualifying, the one lap pace again, it did look like the Fords had it. I mean, the Fords still won the race, but so we'll read you the results from the Saturday race. You had Cam Waters, Thomas Randall, Brock Feeney was the first Chev in third, Matthew Payne fourth, Brody was fifth, Dave Reynolds was sixth, Will Brown was seventh, Andre Heimgartner was eighth, Richie Stanaway was ninth. Remember, he was with Groves last year, so that was a Ford. And then you had Chaz in P10.
That's why I said Reynolds. I'd keep an eye on him because he could play havoc he could really help Anton this weekend, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because I reckon Anton will be quick. I think he'll be in the 10.
Yeah, I agree.
And so will Reynolds.
Yeah, I think they're a real chance. Reynolds is a real chance of pole, I reckon, mate.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's the only teammate that has a teammate in, isn't he?
Well, no, Brock.
Oh, Brody's in.
Yeah, Brock and Will.
Yeah, they're both in.
Oh, so you're saying that, yeah.
You're missing the point here, Barbs.
I'm with you now, mate. You said,
I think Brody.
You said, yeah, I got you.
So Brody and Anton are the only ones from a 2-car team.
Yeah.
WAU has both of them in.
Because Kai's just in, isn't he? He's 10th.
Kai's in.
Yeah.
So Kai and Payne, I'm pretty sure it's only Brody and Anton that can have help. And I think Anton, I think Brody's likely to be on his own in the top 10, but I do reckon Anton could definitely have the help of Reynolds.
Yep. No,
and that's going to mean a lot. That could help massively going into, because for instance, Anton, if he finished 8th going into Sandown, he's not in contention for the final 4. But if he finishes 7th and he's got a teammate that can give a place up to him, could help.
Sunday
was nearly a bit of a Chev Cup.
Change of events. Brody just smoked him, really. Pole, Will Brown was second. Jack LeBrock was third. So Erebus definitely had fast cars there. So Cooper Murray and Jack might be ones to watch this weekend. There's a bit of a rough form guide for anyone.
Yeah, Jack was very good, wasn't he? 3rd last year.
Yep. Chaz Mozzie was 4th. Brock Feeney was 5th. Matthew Payne was 6th. Cam Waters 7th. Richie 8th. Golding 9th. Ryan Wood 10. That was qual. And then in the race, again, Brody smoked him. Did it easy. He was first. Will Brown was second. Brock was third. Cam Waters was 4th. Thomas Randall was 5th. Andre Heimgartner was 6th. Richie was 7th. Jack was 8th. Matty Payne was 9th. And Reynolds was 10th.
Yep.
So there's a rough form guide for you if you're going to go have a punt or you're wondering who's going to go well.
What about now we do our little specific speculation chat? Term 1 is always probably the biggest talking point, isn't it? Term 1 and beach chicane even, because we don't know what the rules will be yet. They normally explain that in driver's briefing, what the tolerance will be. But
So for those listening, it's actually turn 2-3, isn't it? I think.
What about those not listening? Are we talking to them too?
Well, those that aren't listening but you're watching.
Oh, true.
Watch my hands. So, into the chicane there off the start. It's always a tricky one, and they always in the driver's briefing, whether it be any category that races there, they always say, you can take the piss out, you can cut it essentially. Yeah. And the rule of thumb is generally if you're trying to avoid an accident or you don't think you're going to get 2 through safely, then you can kind of straight line it to avoid an accident.
Yep.
But you're not meant to gain an advantage. Now, I watched back some of the racing from last year, and for sure people took the piss.
Yeah.
Big time. And gained advantages and all sorts of stuff. So that'll be something to watch. That's always a contentious point.
Yep.
And you'll hear guys blowing up on the radio going, oh, that's bullshit. He's rolled through, he's cleared the brake and he's got an advantage and all this sort of stuff. So that'll be something that race control will no doubt be monitoring through the timing loops and things like that. Beach chicane's always a ripper too because, as you said, Scotty, they'll tell you in driver's briefing essentially a bailout point. So whoever's in front by a certain point along the wall has right away. Bit like what they sometimes do at turn 8 at Adelaide and things like that.
Yep.
Last year was a little bit spicy because Brock and Golding, neither of them yielded. I don't know if you remember that in the race. Yeah, and they both fired
in the race start. Yeah, Golding was right up the arse of Brock, and Brock defended into turn 4, and Golding went around the outside.
Yeah. So, I'm saying for beach chicane too. They went side by no one bailed out, and it was like, ooh, hold your breath moment. So, they're 2 points of the track just that are specific to Gold Coast that are always interesting to watch.
Yeah.
And they sort of, when you know about it, you watch them go at the back, you go, ooh, are they going to bail out or not? And sometimes people go, no, stuff you, and sometimes people will adhere to it.
Yeah, I got a penalty, and I was pissed about it too because they used the timing loop as well there, but they go judge of fact mostly. And I got a penalty based on judge of fact. And then that night I was going through the sectors, and I was ahead at the sector. And I remember sending it to Beardo because I was arguing during the race. I was ahead, but once you get the penalty, it doesn't matter. They're going to revoke it.
Yeah.
And so that's difficult. Down near the beach chicane, it's about the 50 board. There's normally might be the 100-meter board, but there's a timing loop right at the board as well, and you've got to yield by a certain point. But yeah, it pissed me off massively because at the timing loop, I technically was ahead, but judge of fact, the way they saw it was I wasn't. I got a penalty on the spot. But one thing, turn one is an odd one because the race start, if you're on the right-hand side, and I'm telling you now because I don't race, but most of the time I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go straight the chicane. You don't even, it's not
pre-planned.
Dude, you don't even think about it. Like you watch how many go right. All of us have decided before the race starts, well, that's what I'm going to do. Unless there's like the odd opportunity for you to actually slot in.
Yeah.
You don't ever yield. Like you're just like, well, I'll go side by side and just cut the chicane. But what you actually do, the trick is you back off, drop to the rear quarter, and then when everyone funnels to the inside and gets bottlenecked, you bomb around the outside. So you keep the overlap. That is the advantage, but they won't penalise you for it because you've backed off a little bit and you've dropped like a car length back, but you're still there, and then you force them to the inside and you can outbrake them, which is sort of, Golding got lucky last year. They went to the inside.
Yeah.
He went to the outside and passed Brock. But it's cheeky because technically you haven't gained an advantage at turn one, but the advantage is at turn four.
Creates the opportunity at turn
And that's what we're all aware of. So keep an eye out this weekend for the hairpin. Watch the overlap into one, but also you will see, now I've said that, you'll notice how many people, we don't ever try and make the chicane. You pretend, you turn in and then you just turn out.
You go, and then you go, I was about to lock a wheel, or old mate was there, and you clear.
None of us try. Unless there's an opportunity to go single file, none of us actually try.
Yeah, unless there's an actual gap. So
and then the last year, someone put in here as well about them turning the sensors off. Fab 88 did. That's interesting, that one, because sometimes they turn them off and don't tell you.
Yeah.
So they'll turn them off in like shootout, and then you'll be watching your coverage, and you're like 4 laps in or 4 shootouts in. You're like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
I reckon they're off.
Yeah.
But the judge of fact is still there, so they'll get you. But and it might just be turn one. Often the beach chicane's on, you'll see them get the curb strike. But yeah, we've always questioned whether the bloody sensitivity can change. But what it is, it's actually the height and angle of the car.
Correct.
So if you've got a car that, like, if you get in there, you can get really lucky that you fly high and it must increase the distance or something. It doesn't pick it up, or maybe puts it offline. So there's been times where I'm like, that is definitely a cut.
Well, the angle it sees it at too will be a different distance. So
maybe it doesn't trigger. And I've gone, that's definitely a cut, but I got away with it. And then I've gone into the pit and I'm telling someone else, like, fuck, I reckon they're off. And as I'm saying it, I've seen someone get pinged. I'm like, maybe tell Frosty not to skip.
Yeah.
But I reckon they do turn them on and off.
No doubt. And we saw, last year, that session where it just went bonkers.
It was
like beep, beep, and they ended up, as I said, had to turn them off because there's no one had done a lap.
Well, the tyre bundles are often self-policing, and those big snail or whatever, what do you call them? Like the
sausage curbs.
Sausage curbs.
Red loaves,
You can't, you can only take so much. Like,
too much and it fucks your run anyway, or you get a shit bounce on the...
Yeah. But I think it's FIA safety rules as to why we can't, because our speed's so much higher when we come out of there, it increases the distance of the runoff you need.
Gotcha.
For FIA safety rating. So it's not the category or anyone or Motorsport Australia even saying, no, we want to ruin it and make it look worse or anything. They do it because the tracks are all rated for safety. And if we increase our speed by 20 k's an hour out of there, because you can.
Which you could easily do.
You can go that much quicker. But I've always found turn one, with that tyre bundle on the left, if it doesn't move, it's self-policing. You hit that tyre bundle too hard, you're fucked.
Yeah.
So, but I love it though. Like those corners.
They've tried all sorts of weird and wonderful things there over the years. They had the floppies there one year, the rubber poles and stuff. I did an upright in my Formula Ford there, or wishbone.
Whereabouts, sorry?
On the beach scan, they had the rubber poles.
Oh, that's right.
And that would have been 2011. And I hit...
That's a bad idea.
They're like, you can run them down if you need to. So I just straightened up and ran one down and did a wishbone. I was like, fuck, no, you can't. But yeah, they've tried a few different ways of trying to prevent cars using too much there over the years, like that.
Yep.
Different curbs. What they've got now, I think, works.
Yeah, I think it's a good system.
Yeah.
What do you think about running the long track at Gold Coast? Do you think they should go back to that?
Well, they can't now because of the light rail or whatever it is.
Well, let's talk theoretical.
Well,
that's half the shit you do at the pub anyway.
Yeah, okay. If they somehow dug up the train line and all that, then yeah, it'd be awesome.
True, I forgot that the train line's
the longer
there.
the better. But that's,
I'm like, okay,
that's
what did you prefer then, the long track or the short track?
I never raced the long track.
Okay, I did.
My first year racing there, I think, was the first year of the short track.
Oh, okay. Well, I was lucky. I think the long track was fantastic. I
Would have been.
I think as a spectacle, it's better that it's shorter because it does keep the car in front of you all the time. As a spectator, it's like every minute,
Busy.
short minute and a bit lap, you're looking at the same car. So keeps the field condensed and also makes strategy really hard because it's easy to go a lap down. So, yeah, I think big tick on the short track, but it was fun doing the long track. I did love it. I only did it in Formula Ford, but it was good fun. Safety car risk as well. I saw last year they said that the safety car probability,
5% you've put in, mate.
75% they said last year. And there was a
Well, turn 11.
Turn 11,
Classic.
eight car pile up was when I heard Crompo say that going into the weekend it was a 75% safety car risk. So yeah, that was probably a unique crash where 8 went out, but it's not uncommon to have a big wreck at Gold Coast.
How good, and you mentioned it, mate, in your lap review you did today for the Hunters
Yep.
in Patreon. So if you're not part of Patreon, do it.
We just so you know what we are doing. We're going to start doing track previews. So I did like a video talking about my experience at Gold Coast, the overlap of the track, and I chose Davey Reynolds' lap from like 20. Must have been the last
He was
year
at Groves.
last year of the old gen. It was like my favourite lap I could find on YouTube to talk over, and
That's a good
gave
lap.
a little bit of insight to the track.
But you touched on there, turn 11 is a belter of a corner. One good place to pass people if you get a good run out of the chicane.
Yeah.
People will remember that awesome pass that I think it was more arse than class that Scotty Mack did with the rears locked all the way past Winterbottom into there. So it promotes good passing.
That's one of the coolest passes, I think, in Supercars.
Oh, in
has
history,
been.
yeah.
The fact he checked it up at the apex and still stopped the overlap.
All the way in and then gets going. It's
Yeah.
like, how did you not shunt that thing? And you got the pass done without crashing into it.
Yeah,
Amazing.
never even like overrun the apex. He made the apex, parked it.
It was textbook. Probably 2/10 quicker that lap. It's good spot for passing. It's good as a driver, as you said, because you do get back to the throttle before you know if you're going to make the exit or not. So it's an exciting call, but there's generally action there, and we saw that last year with the pile up.
Yeah.
Like, because it does lend itself to having a go, especially this weekend with a bit of desperation for finals and things. I reckon turn 11 is definitely going to see a couple of double wave yellows there at some point.
Yeah, for sure. That turn 11 one, touching on, you briefly mentioned about you don't know if you're going to make the apex until you get to the apex, but it is, I love that corner in qualifying, and that's where you see big crashes. Chaz, one thing to note actually, just for the Hunters,
He did a chassis there, didn't he?
Chaz has not had many crashes, if any, that haven't been him turning in too early and hit the apex wall. Most, like you think Bathurst,
trying to
the green one,
maximise, yeah.
everywhere he crashes, he turns in too early, which is an odd one because most people outbrake himself.
He's trying
Like
to really
under
flow the speed in or something, or clear the brake. Yeah, I'd turn in early, I guess, yeah. But
It's an odd because under the tree he crashed there in that
Yeah.
green one. When he crashed at Bathurst, he hit the apex wall through a flat corner that should be like easy flat. At the apex there at 11, he hit the apex wall, bounced across, he's had some big shunts hitting the apex walls, which is odd. But I do reckon that's one of the tracks that if you are on the limit there like he was, the penalty of making a little mistake is so big.
and it's concrete too.
Yep. Hurts.
Yeah, but but also like your chance of plucking something out of the car that means you can't finish, which there's 10 guys this weekend that need to bank points.
100%.
It's easy to do there.
And qualifying is not long, the shootout before the races. So, yeah, and the shootout, at that level, you need to be prepared to crash to go fast. And I remember my last year, I was checked out and I was like driving as if it just did not matter at all if I crashed. It was the most fun ever I reckon I've had there.
Yeah.
But turn 11, it is one of those ones where you brake as deep as you can and you turn in and clear the brake thinking, fuck, I hope it makes it. And the apex there, it like dips.
You feel
and it grips.
And you go bang.
And you're almost like giving yourself a high five at the apex because you just know you've made it. But that's the best corner on the track, I think, in my opinion, for a quali lap and just turning off the beach chicane there and not know if you're going to make it. It's a little bit like Homebush Turn 1.
Yeah.
I remember
Or
that.
Newcastle turn 1 was a bit the same. You just slide in there and just hope for the best.
Hope for the best. But there were a few crashes and Woody twice last year. Sunday wasn't his fault. Davo got up his ass and fenced him, and then Anton, sorry. Davo was the result of it in the end. He ended up hitting the wall. But Anton was getting passed by Stanaway, bumped Woody, and Woody got stuck in the fence. Sunday and Saturday, he went in on the first lap as well. So he might not be so.
He hates that corner.
He might not like turn 11.
But, awesome track. Awesome track for racing. I think this weekend's going to be an absolute belter, mate.
Should we do predictions?
Yeah, who you got for remembering?
I should have asked first. Oh, who's going to remember?
Or you want to
No, I'll do who remembered who forgot last. I get later after the pod, yeah.
Right.
After the weekend. Preview guesses on podium. I think Brody's going to get a win. I actually think that the Fords seem strong in Gen 3. I know Sunday it changed, but Saturday, I think over a lap, the Ford's hard to beat, and Brody's very good there.
Yes.
I think DJR, Brody will win a race, if not both of them.
As in Davo? Yeah.
So Brody could win both of them.
Oh, sorry,
Both races.
Yeah, yep.
So I'm going to go, I'll just do one podium. There's no point trying to guess them both, I guess. But first and second, I'm actually going to go Cam Waters second. Brody first, Cam second,
Yep.
and Brock third.
Nice.
I think Will would be my fourth if I'm going to put someone else there.
You can't, mate. You give me a podium. You're not giving me your top fucking 6 or 4 or...
Right. Well, you did it last pod where I was like, fucking pick one.
When?
Championship predictions for NASCAR. You just started reeling off everyone that's actually
We're not here to
in the
bicker,
playoffs.
mate. I'm just saying. You said
Yeah,
top
no.
3. You give me your top 3.
I gave you a good example of you doing the same, so don't be, a
Bugger
brick.
off.
Don't be a brick.
All right, my top 3. I'm going to go Cam for a win.
Oh, really?
Yep. You kind of took mine, but that's okay. I'm going to go Brody. I think Brody will be strong. Brody's second, but I'm going to go...
So wait, who's your win? Matty Payne.
No, Cam Waters
Oh, yeah.
to win. Brody second. I'm going to go Chaz third. All forward.
Oh, yeah, that's not a bad shout. Does he have a good record at Gold Coast?
He was
I actually
fast there
don't
last
know.
year, but he had the pit lane limiter shit fight where it didn't
Yep.
work and it cost him all that time and stuff. And then he had on the Sunday, I think they underfueled his car and he was in a good position, had to pit for fuel. I think he might have been even top 3 position or something. And he had to pit
Yep.
and put more juice in it. So,
But
so that's
he's typically around like third to fifth, isn't he, at Gold Coast?
yeah. Well, I've put him at third.
Yeah. Oh, no, good shout. But when you said about good weekend, I was like, shit, why didn't I think of him for a win, actually? Like him or Woody. Because Woody was quick there last year too, but just had those bad races where he got fenced at turn 1, but he was in the 10. Anyway, that's my top 3, your top 3. Let us know in the comments, is it going to be a Ford Cup or not?
Oh, sorry. When I said Cam, I meant Cam Waters.
Cam Waters,
Yeah, not Cam Hill. Sorry, guys.
Tom Knight's put in there Matty Payne to win one of the races. This is a bold call, but I don't actually think Matty Payne has been that fast at all year.
It's a very bold call.
It is considering he's won 4 races this year.
And Bathurst.
But Bathurst, they were slow until it
Yeah.
rained, and then they got a bit of luck at the end, go their way. But they were slow, dude. They were like 19th, 18th, and Tander was nowhere. So I think, and then you think back to Tasmania when they won the race, they were like nowhere, but they got lucky with the strategy.
Well, yeah, there was a good strategy call.
No, but I mean, they were 15th or something, weren't they?
Yeah, I'm saying, it was a
16th?
strategy
So, like,
call that got him there. Yeah.
So they were nowhere there. Queensland Raceway, oh no, it was Kai Allen there that got lucky. Where else did their strategy work? No, it was Kai, I'm thinking.
So John99 said Matt Payne only showed real pace at Taupo.
Yeah. Everywhere else, I'm like, he's been 7th, 8th, is my opinion. Yeah. And I only thought of that because you said about going for a win, but I was like, why don't we ever pick him for a race win? And I think he's won 4 races this year.
I think it's because, to your point, mate, I think it's because he hasn't shown us that real blistering quali speed this year. So you kind of, because track position's king in a lot of places. Everyone's so good. So if you can start off the pole, you're half a chance if everything goes your way.
Yeah. But he's had one hell of a year of things. Just what a dream season. And he is likely to be one of the fastest at Adelaide. If he's in the Final 4, that's actually
Adelaide
a track
he's
been
very, very
fast
good.
at.
And that's why this weekend he's good at Adelaide with street track, potentially
Yeah.
some flyovers to a place like Goldie.
Yep. I sound harsh, but I'm pretty sure I picked him as my favourite to win at Adelaide. So
Yeah.
I'll
No, he's
not
definitely-
100% of a dick the whole.
No, he's definitely a chance. But you are right. I guess, maybe it's just because qualifying, I don't think he's had pole yet this year, has he?
I'm not sure. I just sort of seem to think he's running average, then gets some ridiculous thing happens and he wins the race. You're like, fuck, he was 7th or he was 14th or he was.
Groves have been very good on strategy this year. They've had a couple of things go their way.
Yeah, yep. And it can't all be luck. It's got to be preparation and skill
Correct. You
involved
make your own
there.
luck, don't you?
What do you reckon? Is that it?
I think that's it, mate. I think it's been a great show. Thanks for
It
coming
has
in,
been
Scott.
fun. I'm excited to spend the weekend on the bar on my own, mate. I might see if Shannon wants to come in with me or watch the car racing. I'm sure that's a dream weekend for her when we're
Sure, she's
home alone.
got better shit to do with her weekends, mate.
Oh, not than spend it with me, but I will miss you this weekend. Enjoy going up there, mate. Looking after, we're spending time with
Jans.
Jan.
People
So
at Jans. So, I'll be up there. It'll be great fun. Get to hang out with them. Unfortunately, I can't get up till Saturday because the Legends dinner's on Friday night, which would be cool. I think Marcus is getting There's some big legends in there for Marcus up there.
When is that? Friday
On
night?
the Friday night, but I don't get until Saturday, so I'll miss that. But be a fun weekend. So, yeah, if any hunters are there and you want to come say good day or anything positive, come say good day to me.
Or if you want to...
If you want to call me a wanker, go for it.
I feel like you might have more chance of people coming to tell you they think I'm a wanker. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, should I find that memo in here that someone did roast me?
Actually, it's not about... Let's end the show with that.
Let's end it with that. Did I send it to you?
You did. I'll probably find it quicker on here, I reckon.
But yeah, so Aldo, the people, that's where it started, was as well the people on Facebook. I started replying and saying to people, like, just send the voice memo in and shit, Candace. Like, it's good, it's fun. I want to hear everything.
Yeah, I mean, we're not that sensitive. We've got thick skin, mate, haven't we?
Yeah. You going to give me any audio or?
I could turn it up for you. Yeah, sorry. There you go. Try that one for size.
I can't remember. Anyway, I'll just play this one. This is a cracker.
Yeah. Hey, guys. I suppose I have to say love the pod. Otherwise, you won't even listen. Anyways, love the pod. Because Sticky might have a point, mate. You know, like, you haven't driven one of those cars. He has.
Good point.
He's driven one of yours, though. But anyway, great to see you take off that fucking GM 888 hat. Not that you ever will. But anyway... Fucking have a great day, snowflakes.
Sure.
Oh, I love it. We got passionate motorsport fans. That's why we love it.
He raised a couple valid points there.
Yeah. It's actually a bang-on point. You haven't driven his bloody shitbox, mate.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
there you go.
fucking snowflake. Go to bed.
Let's end it on that note. Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the pod.
Yeah, thanks, guys.